The Banzuke has brought us some exciting news. Shodai's back to Komusubi, the Yokozuna is returning, and Ichinojo's retiring? But that's not the subject of today's video. We'll be taking a look at our young guns and how well they're doing in the lower divisions. Last Basho, I was really excited for the 3rd division. Did they live up to the hype? No, because someone who wasn't on the list won the Yusho. But we do have a brand new debut to Judio in Fuji Seiyun. After spending a year in the top 15 ranks of Makushita, he's finally gotten the strength he needs to push for that silk belt. We wish good luck to him as he fights for his life against the likes of Gonoyama, who sits at Judio 1 East, and Ochiai, who improves to Judio 8 West. The rest of the 3rd division was certainly not a disappointment either. It's the biggest division in terms of the number of Rikshi we are covering, and a lot of your favorites to see move up into the salaried ranks. First off, we have a new recruit in Ono Sato, who will be starting his career at Makushita 10 Tsugedashi. He is the most recent recruit of Kisano Sato, Nishonoseki Oyakata, and he is a big boy, so hopes are high for him. Some other beefy boys moving closer with their new career highs include Kawazoe to Makushita 1 West, Shishi after his 6-1 moving up to Makushita 2 West, Hayate Fuji to Makushita 4 West, Mukai Nakano at Makushita 6 East, Nabatame moves up to Makushita 9 East, Miyagi to Makushita 11 West, Takahashi at Makushita 13 East, Kazekeno across from him at Makushita 13 West, Slow and Steady Kanzaki at Makushita 15 East, and Toshunryu at Makushita 15 West. There were a lot more men who went up in rank, but I wanted to focus on the guys in the top 15 ranks who have a shot at making it to Judio with a 7-0 Yusho. It is safe to say that none of these guys are weak wrestlers, and to be honest, my favorite ones are probably still marinating here in this 3rd division, so I don't expect them to make it anytime soon, but it is exciting to see them so close, yet so far away from that silk belt and that salaried status. New debuts in the division are highlighted by someone I already mentioned in Toshunryu. He moved up to Makushita 15 after the 7-0 Yusho from Sandamne 24. That's a huge jump, good luck to him. There's also Nihon University graduate Takeru Fuji at Makushita 41, and 20-year-old Kyoda, who I forgot to write down his rank in the script, so that's a mystery to us all. Not too much in the way of debuts, but this division stays stacked with talent that you should definitely be looking forward to. The Sandamne division is usually where we highlight the 3rd division men falling and rising rookies who get stopped up hard. There's only one new career high from the Rikshi we are tracking, and that comes from 16-year-old Tanji, moving up to Sandamne 11 East. He has been slowly rising after an initial stumble with a 3-4 in January, and he came back at the last Basho with a strong 5-2. New debuts in the division come from hot starts and new Rikshi to track. New additions include 20-year-old Kaze no Umi, 22-year-old Koto Sato, 18-year-old Go Hakuun, and 19-year-old Gono Waka. All of them are coming off of hot 6-1 or 5-2 for Gohakuun records and are approaching their 3rd Basho. These guys are hot off the skillet and you need to keep an eye on them. The rest of the division was pretty lacking, so we're just going to skip to Jonidan. And even in Jonidan, it's still pretty cold down there even though spring has already come. We have a handful of new career highs and a return to a career high from 20-year-old Aron to Jonidan 6, 20-year-old Kitanosho to Jonidan 21 East, 18-year-old Taniguchi to Jonidan 23 West, 17-year-old Kaze Eidai at Jonidan 28 West, 16-year-old Kosei at Jonidan 29 East, 16-year-old Taka Arashi to Jonidan 36 West, and 16-year-old Najima to Jonidan 55 East. Sometimes you just got to remember that these kids are just that. They're kids. They're 16 years old, and they still have a lot of room to grow. New debuts that you may be excited to see include 2 6-1s from Jonokuchi, 13 East and West respectively, funnily enough, 16-year-old Akai Kari, and 17-year-old, who will be having his 18th birthday during the tournament, Gono Umi. The raw and young talent of Jonidan may just lead us to the next Yokozuna, or maybe they'll become another name I scratch off in a matter of a year or two. Who knows? But like I said, this raw young talent is something to look forward to in the next few years. Overall, the March Basho didn't seem to have much to write home about. The recruits we are following had records as follows: the 1 7-0 Yusho, 12 6-1 records, but most of them are coming from Jonidan and Jonokuchi, 13 5-2 records, 18 4-3 records, 14 3-4 records, 9 2-5 records, 1 1-6 record, and 0 0-7s. And no injuries, too, as a matter of fact. The total win rate was 277 wins and 199 losses for a 58% win rate. We did remove some guys from the list who performed poorly, as is the point of this tracking list, tracking to see who is going to be those next rising stars and next hot talents. And as a result, the records do look a bit better, but it's kind of like I said, there wasn't too many exciting things happening. A lot of the super strong records came from very far down the Banzuke, which, like I mentioned in mentioning Sandamne, a lot of those rookies might get stopped up hard. That is usually the first massive roadblock for some of these guys, especially the 16-year-olds. We had the 2 twins, Hayashiryu and Rinko, struggling in their divisions down there as well. They'll be turning 17 on July 4th, if I remember correctly. And again, like I said, most of the action is going to be in this 3rd division. Of course, with fan favorites like Mukai Nakano, Ishizaki, Shishi, all performing super well. They are definitely going to be someone that it's going to be fun to keep an eye on them. And because a lot of those matches will be happening right before Judo, I expect a lot of you guys will be watching them as well here on my Twitch channel, not my YouTube channel because we're still under NHK strikes, but on my Twitch channel of the same name, LeoDSumo. Be sure to tune in to watch all of the matches over there. And like I mentioned, we are still under the NHK strikes. We won't be able to stream the sumo here on YouTube, but I think I might make an alternate channel, which I'll write up in a post sometime in the future that I can start streaming to, so at the very least the YouTube audience can still catch some of the sumo. So thank you very much for watching this video. Remember to look forward to these lower division bouts, which will be starting a lot earlier than a lot of you guys usually tune in. So be sure to tune in every single day of the Basho starting later this week. As well, we will have a Day 0 stream on Friday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we will go over my Guess the Banzuke, I did super terrible, and play the Kachi Clash game. Try to guess who is going to be winning that next U show. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you guys later.